Howdy, my fellow Rockhammer nerds. I come to you with some really exciting news. So, coming up at September 12th through the 16th, the West Texas Geologic Society this year is going to be hosting the Southwest section of AAPG. And it's actually going to be their Centennial Conference, so 100 years of the West Texas Geologic Society existing. So this is really exciting. So for those of you who aren't academics or in the oil and gas industry like I am, this is a academic conference. So if you think of something like, it's kind of like Comic-Con or Classic Video Game Festival or an anime convention, but instead of that sort of thing, it's a bunch of rock nerds that get together to discuss the latest in the science and all of the engineering that goes behind everything. So we're really excited to present this. So it's going to be "A Century Beneath the Surface" is going to be the tagline for this particular conference. So we're going to be looking at the legacy of exploration, interpretation, and innovation that has shaped the Permian Basin since 1926, which is crazy to think about that there's been oil and gas production going along that long. So this gathering celebrates rocks, the data, and the ideas that have transformed the subsurface, understanding the enduring successes that we've had and failures too, right? And things we've learned along the way, while we're looking forward to the next generation of challenges and opportunities. So there's going to be almost a whole week-long event, and we're going to have a bunch of technical sessions, presentations, a number of vendors to discuss the latest technology with, and a number of social events as well. So we're going to be looking at how geoscientists continue to unlock value through interpretation, integrated data, and collaborative science. So by working together, we can help each other come to the best conclusion. So this is going to be a really exciting time, and we're very much looking forward to it. So here's the unveiling of our logo. So it's the West Texas Geologic Society and Southwest section of the American Association of Petroleum Geologists. So our tagline is "A Century Beneath the Surface, Rocks to Riches Since 1926. So the convention's going to be taking place from September 12th to the 16th of 2026, so this year, at the Busch Convention Center, which is in downtown Midland, Texas. So let's talk about all the fun stuff that's going to be happening at this conference. So a full conference pass, which is going to give you 2.5 days of technical presentations and poster sessions when you sign up for that. And you also get a free ticket, so please be sure to pick that up as well when you go to checkout. That's called Fundamentals of Siliciclastic Sequence Stratigraphy. So that's going to be a really awesome short course that's available. A couple of optional add-ons that are also available throughout the weekend and week for an extra cost that's associated with materials, people's time, that sort of thing, is the core workshop. That's going to be awesome. We will talk about that in some more detail later. The Casino Night social event, which is always a good time to go to those social events. There's also going to be a Legacy, Network, and Ethics luncheon ticket. So if you need to renew your ethics course, that's something that you can do here. I think that's for a lot of people that have professional geologist license. So that's incredibly important. And any additional drink tickets you would like for the social events or the icebreakers that happen each of the nights that's there. Early registration does end at the end of this month, so the beginning of next month, September 1st of 2026. So be sure to sign up before then, otherwise you'll be paying an extra fee for later registration. We hope to see you there. So one of the short courses that we have coming up is entirely free, and it's called Fundamentals of Siliciclastic Sequence Stratigraphy, and it's going to be done taught by Dr. John Holbrook of Texas Christian University. He's somewhat of a local celebrity here in Fort Worth, so we're really excited to have him talk at this particular conference. So sequence stratigraphy, for those of you that aren't familiar, is this thing up in the top that's here. So it's a geologic method that we came up with that divides different sedimentary rock layers based on their relationship to things like changing sea level, sediment supply, and accommodation space. And the way that we can describe that helps us figure out what sort of depositional environment it is, what it looks like on a particular seismic framework, and what it looks like in a time framework as well. So it's incredibly valuable for understanding what that particular rock unit looked like at the time that it deposited, to help us better figure out where we may have different oil and gas resources in an area. So another awesome thing that you can sign up for are these 3 different luncheons that I mentioned. So we have what we're calling the Legacy Luncheon, the Networking Luncheon, and the Ethics Luncheon that we have here. So the one that's going to be on Monday is titled The Permian Basin and WTGS Growing Old Together. Tuesday is going to be Rocks to Riches, A Journey of Joyful Networking. And then Wednesdays is going to be titled A Lawyer Talks Ethics. So every one of these conferences has sort of a headliner social event, and this one in Midland is no different. So we're going to be having a Monte Carlo glam casino night. So we're being asked to wear formal attire for this one, which will be interesting because a lot of geologists are pretty informal. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a number of people and professors dressed in sandals, cargo shorts, and maybe a flannel if it's cool enough for that sort of thing. So this is asking a lot of this community, but I think it'll be really cool to see everybody really dressed up for this. So this is going to take place from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Petroleum Club of Midland. That's about $75 per person, which gets you into there, and we're going to be doing a number of games that are going to be there and raffle tickets. And if you win on the games and get more of your gaming chips, usually you can use those to buy more raffle tickets. There's going to be over $10,000 worth of prizes that are advertised for this, so it's going to be a really great event. There's going to be heavy hors d'oeuvres, an open bar, and live music that are all a part of this. So thank you so much for Diversified Well Logging and Mudlogging for sponsoring this event. We're very much looking forward to it. Another one of the courses that you can take is this really exciting core workshop. So that's going to take place on Saturday, September 12th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with a lunch break in there, of course. So the title of this course is The Rocks Never Lie, a core workshop of early Permian Basin field discoveries. So this is going to be run by 2 different geologists, both really well-renowned, Robert F. Lindsay and Robert C. Trentham. And it's going to be this one-day workshop where we look at cores, geology, and the history behind 17 different fields that establish the Permian Basin as a super basin. So we're going to be looking at different cores that have been taken in the area, expert interpretation, and the participants are going to gain this really unique understanding into the reservoirs that help shape the modern petroleum industry. And as you can see on the map here, we have some fields here that are from 1925 where there was core taken, all the way out in that wheat field you can see on the west side over there. And then we also have the Westbrook field that has the upper Clear Fork over on the east side over there. We have the traditional Waddell field, which was established in 1927, known for its Grayburg and San Andreas wells and shallow play that's there. The Pecos Valley, established in 1928, that's mostly a Yates field that's there. And you'll notice a lot of these are shallower sort of discoveries, but a lot of these shallower discoveries later led us to these deeper discoveries and then the rise of unconventionals that we had in the deeper basin shales as time went on. So this is a fun one. I'm hoping to attend and see a lot of this core, because sometimes as petroleum geologists, we don't get to see a lot of outcrop or core the way that we used to, but it's one of the most important things to sort of calibrate your eye and understand where to look for opportunities. So the single thing that is a part of this conference that I am most excited for is this field trip that's happening after the conference itself. So it'll be taking place September 17th through the 22nd. And this field trip is titled A Century of Exploration, Permian Basin Outcrop to Subsurface Analogs. So this field trip is going to be led by Charlie Cairns and Xavier Jansen, which are part of the UTBEG, so that's the Bureau of Economic Geology, associated with the University of Texas system. So they are both legendary geologists in their own right, fantastic carbonate stratigraphers, and just stratigraphers in general. And I am very excited to learn some stuff from them on this field trip. So this is going to be a 6-day long field trip over multiple different localities and world-class outcrops that we're going to be looking at. So day 1 is going to be taking place in this Marathon region, and we're going to be looking at the Wolfcamp through Lenardian section. Day 2 will be out in the Sierra Diablos, which I'm actually hoping to go hunt at one point. That would be very cool. And that'll also be more Wolfcamp and Lenardian section. Day 3, we're going to be out at Shumard Canyon and the Western Escarpment, which I personally have never been to before, so I'm excited to see that. Day 4 is a place that I have been, but not under this context, so that would be the Guadalupe Mountains. So we're going to be looking at the St. Andreas section, Lawyer Canyon, and Last Chance Canyon out here. It's famous for its Permian Reef trails. Day 5 is actually going to be kind of my old backyard, which will be the Franklin Mountains in El Paso and around El Paso, and that is the Woodford and Barnett Shale equivalents. Granted, there is a lot of carbonate rock there that is a part of those. And then Day 6 will be the Sacramento Mountains, which are kind of up in New Mexico, from what I'm aware of. So I'm interested to see what outcrop we'll look at there, and that's going to be this Pennsylvanian and Lower Wolfcamp section. So something that's near and dear to my heart is actually we really need student volunteers to make this event happen. So the WTGS in Southwest Section AAPG Centennial Conference Committee is seeking student volunteers to help. So the dates of volunteers will be needed are September 11th through the 18th, or any one of those dates, doesn't have to be all of them. Volunteers will assist with conference operations, including registration. We need people to work that table, event setup and teardown, which is something we always need help with, and any attendee assistance to, help run Lost and Found, help let people know where different things are at the event, that sort of thing as well. And in return for that volunteerism, students will receive honestly a lot of really valuable networking opportunities to interface with all the different people that are a part of their local Southwest Section community. You're also going to get a complimentary conference t-shirt, free lunches, hotel and lodging for eligible traveling students. So if you're not from the Midland area, you are still more than welcome to attend. And there's additional perks such as free attendance to the core workshop for those that have helped before in assisting with core workshop setups. If you help set up with that, you can attend the event, which is awesome. You'll also receive icebreaker tickets for any volunteers that are 21 and older, since there is alcohol available at that event. I'm hoping we'll get some cool custom beer that's made for us. Sometimes they name it something geology or sedimentary related, which is always fun. But anyways, students, you can sign up through the Centennial Conference Student Volunteer form, which is linked below, by August 21st of 2026 to be a part of this conference. I run a lot of student programs, I run a lot of stuff with the Fort Worth Geologic Society, and I'm telling you, other than what you know, who you know is going to be the thing that helps you land that first job in a lot of this geologic community. So get to know your community, come on out, see us, come enjoy the conference. Hope to see you there.